This is a book review of the Black Widow poster book. It's quite a large tome, so I'll just put it back so you can actually see the whole thing. And I've got it comparing it with a DC one. This is DC portfolio. Obviously got quite a few of these DC portfolios. This one is the Frank Cho one. And you can see it's slightly wider than the Marvel one. They've gone for slightly, which is slightly annoying actually. It would have been nice if they'd actually been consistent. I know that you shouldn't follow someone else, but it would be nice if there was consistency with the size. That's a minor issue. The paper quality I don't think is as nice. Personally, I think this feels a lot heavier duty paper. It's exactly the same in many ways. Well, actually, it's not. The Marvel one have gone for white. They've got a white background, whereas the DC have got a lovely image there. So they've actually, in this case, anyway, I don't know, to be honest, I haven't compared it with maybe other of these poster books, but they've gone for a faded image on the back. So that's quite nice. Another thing that they haven't done in this one, so you've got here DC portfolio has got the thumbnails on the back, which is quite nice. And obviously good because you can then show it off and say, look, this is what's going to be in it. However, this doesn't. And of course, in the shop, when you go and say buy it in the shop, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to buy this book. And I'm certain people you can find out. Obviously, people are going to look on Google or whatever and find the pics that are in it. But I would have included them on the back as little thumbnails because I think it makes you think, oh, I'll buy that because of I want that poster, I want that poster, I want that poster, I want that. And you just buy it. Even a listing on the back, maybe of the different issues, because then people could then look online, say, you know what, that's one I would love to see in the poster thing. But of course, if you got it like in a shop, it's all sealed up, you don't know what's in it. Some people might think, you know what, I don't want to risk buying it. It's just a minor point. Who knows? However, quality of pictures is quite good. I'm going to show you one picture. I don't like showing the rest. I will say what's in it to a degree. So you've got a lovely, but it's matte. It's got a matte thing. Hasn't got that gloss. Which, however, the next one is a Captain Marvel and Black Widow. Got an awesome one there. I love that one. That's beautiful with that psychedelic, wavy gradient line. That's quite, and also that one's beautiful as well. Got one with there, Black Widow. Black Widow, obviously it's Black Widow all the way through. But you've also got Black Widow sharing it with someone else, and this one's Winter Soldier. And you've got some very dramatic posters that will look great on the wall. If you want to do that, of course, you might just want to collect it. So it's 20 in this. You've got 20 posters. I must admit, when I counted it, it seemed like there's 21, but I must have miscounted because it says on the back, it's got the listing. So I'm just going to, not going to say them all. Going to go through some of them. You got like Black Widow 2018 issue 7 variant cover. And I suspect that the Comic Database Grand GCD probably will have a listing of all what's in these. I assume. I haven't looked, but maybe they will include this. I don't know if they include poster books. However, Black Widow issue 4 covered by George Land. Unfortunately, it's red. You got red on black, which is great. Black Widow issue 12 covered by Chris Samney. You've got Daredevil 188 covered by Frank Miller, and so on and so on. Black Widow 13, and I'm choosing just a couple, just to say which ones are in this. And I think it's good. It's got collection editor by Jennifer Grunwald, assistant, etc., etc. So there's obviously a lot of people involved in the project. So I really, really like this collection. It's a really nice collection. Could, of course, as everything, could be even better. Would be better if it also included a couple of original posters. I would have loved to have seen. I don't know why, because some of these weren't really designed as posters. I mean, obviously they work as posters, but I don't even know what the source of the material. You've got some like this one, Marvel Fanfare, issue 10. Great picture and works amazingly well on that glossy paper that was at the time. However, it doesn't really work blown up as a poster. Unless what you really need is obviously the original artwork, but then of course you wouldn't have all the colours unless you recoloured it, of course. So it's sort of like you look at it and think, how did they do this? Did they just blow up original comic, just a normal comic? I don't know. I mean, maybe they did recolour it. I haven't got the original comics to compare. So I'm not going to turn around and say whether it's one source or not. There is a slight, like this one here. There's one with a sort of very strong grain all over it. Very dramatic picture with a skyline and everything. By someone called Noto, I assume, Noto. However, just don't know if the grain doesn't really work as well. So it's a bit of a splodge on there as well. That's not very good. Bit of slight misprinting. Oh, well. Or maybe just me accidentally spitting on the page. Could be just as easily. But you've got this one here, and I don't know which one this is from without looking on the back, and I can't work out which one it is. I don't know. But it looks like from quite a while back. And I don't think, again, it works so well as a poster because it's obviously been blown up and it's it's lost a bit of its definition. And I think that's the problem with maybe if I would love to have seen early ones like the Amazing Spider-Man one when she's changes her costume. First time we see her as like, there's me talking about the poster in thing. It's on the front cover. So you got the poster. This one, there is a slight sort of, yeah, it's not as sharp as it could be. Maybe I'm just being unfair to it. I don't know. But personally, I think this is the trouble. I think it could have been. However, they don't include the Tales of Suspense first appearance either. So that would have been really, really nice. And of course, they could have redrawn it and produced, because it probably didn't have a panel. But if you blow the panel up, the original page, maybe it wouldn't have looked so good. I can't remember who was on it. I think Titanium Man. Not Titanium Man, Crimson Dynamo. It was something like that. One of those characters. First issue with Black Widow. And of course, you got the Hawkeye one as well. They could have done that. So that would have been a nice to include. Maybe they looked at it and it just didn't work as a poster, maybe. So, Black Widow, poster book from Marvel. Fairly good recommendation, I would say, on this one. I will be buying, I'm certain, a number of the other poster books when they come out.